Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Star Wars, The Old Republic. And now, when we left off, we had just spoken to Fuse, and arrived in the Imperial base of Kalarath. And now, we will be making our way over to reprogram the command console, and hopefully, we will be able to save Fuse, because he doesn't seem like a very bad guy to me. He doesn't seem as though he was attempting to create some sort of biological weapon, like Needles was. And I would like him to live, if possible, but who knows, who knows. We might be able to do something to save him. That would be quite nice. Maybe this will be giving us an option, and just before I do, I am going to respond to Typhalo here. We were talking about our Perisno series, and whether we can get that quest at Fornayan, and I do believe I actually missed it. So, yes, enough about that, and let's see. Oh, yes, that is a good idea. I will have to check that out. Okay, so, command console, let's do it. Reprogram it. And, oh, okay. I was actually thinking it was going to be a little grander than that. I imagined that we were going to see some sort of choice that we had. One choice, Fuse dies. Another choice, Fuse lives. I was thinking that would be the case here, but it appears not. Okay, well, that's fine, I suppose. He is apparently going to be a rather important story character, perhaps, and maybe, wait a minute, is he going to become a companion of ours? Surely not. Not that soon after gaining the droid already. Well, we'll see. If I can actually click on the button properly. There we are.
Hey, Lieutenant, I guess I should thank you. You saved my life after everything.
I did what seemed right.
Well, I'm still not so sure it was the right thing to do, but well, thanks. Still, it's hard knowing my designs might be hurting innocent people. I helped Gorik, helped a monster. It's unforgivable.
What you've done may be unforgivable, but you can still be useful.
Useful. I guess that's something. Okay then, let's, go. Consider me officially surrendered, Lieutenant. I'll stay where you can see me.
It's a long trip back to Coruscant.
I'm ready, Lieutenant.
Squad, hold up! Get me a solid perimeter ASAP! You must be the commander of Havoc Squad. I'm Lieutenant Tasser, sir. 43rd Advanced Recon Squad.
What can I do for you, Lieutenant?
General Garza rerouted us from a 2-week sightseeing op on Ryloth to assist you, Lieutenant. Looks like you've already taken care of things, though.
The mission was a complete success.
Garza mentioned a possible prisoner for us to haul back to Coruscant. Is this the guy Garza was talking about?
Treat him well, Lieutenant. He's a valued ally.
Do you mean that, Lieutenant? Wow, thanks. I guess I'll see you around then. Good luck.
I'm glad you chose the right side in the end, Fuse.
Thanks, Lieutenant. So am I.
All right, people, let's move out. I want a full sweep through this facility for intel. Good meeting you, Lieutenant. Maybe we'll see you around later. Let's go, people!
Yes, let us go, and now we can return back to the mayor himself. Okay, well, that appears to require us to use our quick travel system. That's going to be a rather far distance to travel if we had to do it the regular old-fashioned way. So, yeah, I do believe I will be choosing... well, not this, or will we? This is actually pretty good for Ilara. So, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's pretty fine, I do believe. So, we'll use quick travel. And I do believe we need to go back to... where is it? Over here. Back to Anchorhead, of course. So, let us quick travel and make our way back there. That is going to be excellent. And here we are. We have arrived in Anchorhead very, very quickly indeed, thanks to the quick travel system. And I will now reply to Casme, who is telling us to add some more bars. Well, I was actually thinking about that, but then I thought to myself, well, do I really need to? There aren't really many more abilities that I am planning on using, but if I do gain a lot more abilities, then I will of course do that. But at the moment, I am really not even using the full extent of the keybinds that I could potentially use. So, I'll say... that sounds like a good idea. However, I may wait until I have acquired more abilities. Yes, have. Yes, have with double J in it. There we are, thank you very much, and now we can head on. And I sadly have 1.7 and I know about dragons from a reliable source, however I must warn you that the source may not be correct. I see. Well, I will try to find him as best I can. I have had a small look around, but no luck so far. There we are. Okay, so now back to Mayor Claren, and we will be seeing what he has to say. I'm pretty sure he's going to be thanking us rather considerably here, because we did a nice job at even letting Fuse to live, really, because if we were, of course, playing a more vicious type character, then we would choose a different path, perhaps, for us to walk along, and here we are. We have arrived at his office, and we'll see what he says.
Ready. Lieutenant, you made it! Please, have a seat. Tell me what happened. Was your mission against the Imperials a success?
They ran like cowards.
Fantastic. This is incredibly good news, Lieutenant. Congratulations, you won! So what about Fuse? Was he all right? Were you able to rescue him?
It was close, but I managed to save him.
Oh, that's great! He seemed like a pretty decent guy. I'm glad he made it. So, your general called while you were gone. I filled her in on what I knew. Nice lady. Stern, though.
General Garza is an exemplary officer.
She definitely seemed to know what's what. Comes with the job, I guess. Anyway, she wants you to call her from your ship before you take off. She was pretty insistent about it, actually. I hope there's nothing wrong.
If it's not one problem, it's another.
I guess you wouldn't have much to do if there wasn't, huh? Well, Lieutenant, the people of Anchorhead owe you an incredible debt. You've saved countless lives from a threat we never could have imagined. I managed to scrape together a small reward for you. It's the least we could do to thank you.
No reward is necessary.
That's generous of you, Lieutenant. I know the people affected by these bombings will really appreciate it. So, I guess this is where we part ways. It's been a real pleasure having you here, Lieutenant. An honor. We'll never forget what you've done for us.
The Republic prides itself on protecting the innocent.
Well, be sure the Republic knows how much we appreciate the help. Good luck, Lieutenant. You'll always be welcome in Anchorhead.
There we go. Thank you very much, and now we can head off into our ship and interact with the ship's hollow terminal. That is going to be very, very nice indeed. Now, we have another question here from Typhalo, and he says, Reformist, are you doing off-screen progression in 1.5 or waiting for 2.0 in Clash of Kings? I was doing off-screen progression. However, I noticed the troop wages were still quite an issue, so I may be, shall we say highlighting? Yes. I may be highlighting a few quests and the overhauls to the various areas in those quests. And that might be it until 2.0 is released. Yes, there we go. And now, we are going to be heading back to Anchorhead Spaceport, so I will be cutting away while I make my way over there. This is actually a very short time that we've been on Tatooine, but thankfully enough, we have completed it and gained a huge amount of experience in the process. So I will see you once we are on our ship once again. Okay, we have arrived on our ship, and we will be interacting with the Hollow Terminal.
Lieutenant, thank you for calling. From what I hear, you've been very busy. We have quite a bit to discuss. First, congratulations on stopping the bombings in Anchorhead. Mayor Claren was both impressed and grateful. Well done.
Glad I could make a difference.
You've represented the Republic very well in this. Good job. I also understand that you not only located Fuse, but routed an entire Imperial research facility in the process. Lieutenant Tasser filed his report only moments ago, actually. I'm sorry he and his men couldn't arrive sooner.
I can handle these missions on my own.
That was Lieutenant Tasser's estimation as well. Still, I prefer to have backup available to you whenever possible. Tasser reports that you brought Fuse in alive and without resistance. Cardin will be pleased. He had begun to doubt our commitment to bring the Havoc traders in safely.
I never could have pulled this off without him.
Yes, Mayor Claren indicated that as well. I'm pleased that Fuse could see the error of his ways. What about the bomb designs that Fuse created for the Imperials? Were you able to retrieve a copy?
You sent me to hunt traitors, not bomb designs.
Serving the Republic war effort is always a primary objective, Lieutenant. Still, your mission was largely successful. You are to be congratulated.
Wow, there we go. Okay, so unfortunately, yes, we didn't get the bomb designs, but I don't know whether we could even have chosen to get the bomb designs instead of actually going to save Fuse. So, that's a rather strange little bit of conversation there. Well, never mind. That is completely fine. We will now be taking a planetary commendation as well as a little bit of an experience boost right there. And we are now level 32, which is excellent. So now we can go for Pulse Generator. And what does that actually give us? 100% chance whenever Ion Pulse and Explosive Surge is used, as well as Fire Pulse, of course, which is absolutely amazing. Very, very nice to see that indeed. And hopefully I'll be able to get... I think Havoc Training is probably pretty good. I think both of these are pretty good, so we'll just commit that. And then, what are we going to do now? Travel to Alderaan, I do believe. That is our next port of call, I suppose. And Kasme says, no, I don't want to interrupt recording. Oh, well, that's fine. It's not a problem. It's no problem. I will most likely add a social aspect to the episode at the end if the conversation goes long. There we are. Excellent. Okay, so now we can head on to Alderaan by accessing the galaxy map. Where is it? It is, of course, in the Core Ward worlds, and we will see how we get there. Where are we going here? The Republic fleet is actually very nearby. Oh, there it is. Okay, Alderaan it is. I'm actually quite interested to see where we go to after this. So, travel now. There we are. Excellent. So, now we can use our ship's holo terminal once again. Okay, well, it appears that I need to report to General Garza once again, even after our very successful mission.
Come in, Lieutenant. This is General Garza. I understand you've just set down on Alderaan. The political situation on Alderaan is highly complicated. The world's ruling families are mired in a civil war for control of the planet. House Organa supports the Republic, so they're our primary ally. Your mission against the Havoc traders is priority 1, but try to aid the Organas where you can as well.
Who will I be aiding House Organa against?
The Empire supports House Organa's rival, House Thule. Thule was banished from Alderaan, but with the Empire's support, they've returned to make an attempt for control of the planet.
How much support is Thule actually getting from the Empire?
Quite a bit. Intelligence reports indicate that Imperial troops operate openly on Thule's behalf all over Alderaan. Now, your primary mission. Your target is Gearbox. A captured Thule nobleman has revealed his presence to our House Organa allies. Apparently, Gearbox is aiding House Thule and the Empire in their effort to take control of Alderaan, though we don't yet know the full nature of that assistance.
Whatever Gearbox is up to, I'll put a stop to it.
You should speak to the Thule nobleman that House Organa captured, and see if you can get more information from him. The Thule prisoner is being held in isolation at House Organa's estate. I left strict instructions that no one interact with him further until you arrive.
Are there any limitations on questioning the prisoner?
I'll leave that to your discretion, Lieutenant. But this man is currently our only link to Gearbox. We wouldn't want to waste that. The overseer at Organa's detention center is a man named Balak Cormac, a captain in their house military. He will be your primary contact. That's it, Lieutenant. Question the prisoner, determine Gearbox's whereabouts, and neutralize him. Understood?
I'll be done in no time.
Good luck, Lieutenant. Garza out.
There we go. Okay, report to the Organa Detention Center. Okay, so if we head down and get through here, the ship exit, of course, then we will see... Wow, it actually looks remarkably like Earth. Goodness me. Who would have thought it? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay, and now we will be, of course, greeted by a very familiar sight. Okay, so after some considerable time with social aspects, shall we say, I am going to potentially be adding that to the end of this episode, and if you guys want to see it, then by all means, stick around. I did not include a lot of my own commentary because I actually wasn't speaking at the time because Yugi came in to see me into my room, and I thought to myself, okay, yes, I will just remove the commentary from this because it's basically incomprehensible, and I think you can see what I'm saying in the chat anyway. And as you can see, we have a lot of rather wonderful people in the guild chat as well. So let's see what we can do in the Organa Detention Center. If anything. Aha, we need to head over to the left. Okay, let's do that.
Whoa. Hold up a minute, friend. The detention area is restricted. I'm going to need to see some identification before you come in here.
Special Forces. I do what I want.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't recognize you. Well, your general told us someone was coming, but he didn't say who. You'll be wanting to talk to our esteemed guest from House Thule, won't you? He's a tough one. We worked him over a dozen times, and he still won't talk.
I thought he mentioned a man called Gearbox.
Well, yeah, besides that, he mentioned the Gearbox fellow as soon as we brought him in. The man's name is Marcus Thule. He did tell us that much. Our boys caught old Marcus sneaking into the castle with a dozen Imperial commandos, set on cutting the head of House Organa into Throntabate.
If you captured any Imperials, I'll need to speak with them as well.
I'm afraid there aren't any, Lieutenant. They all went down during the fight. Took a lot of our boys with them, too. Anyways, as soon as we got the shock cuffs on him, Marcus starts in on the Gearbox stuff. Critical intelligence, Republic Special Forces will want to know, that sort of thing. That's when we called your people.
I should speak with the prisoner at once.
Absolutely, sir. Sorry to have held you up so long. Marcus is in holding cell 5, Lieutenant. I've set the security door to grant you access, whenever you're ready.
Security door 5, okay. Wow, are we right in front of it? I think we are. Okay, so I was actually thinking to myself, oh, I have to find the correct cell. That's going to be a challenge. But no, he's right in front here. So let us interact.
So, a visitor. Welcome. I am Marcus and Darius Thule. Your aspect and equipment are not those of House Organa. Whom do you represent?
If you cooperate, I can make life much easier for you.
Ah, so my offer of information has finally reached the correct persons. I can tell you all about Gearbox, the Empire, and their activities. But before I help you, you must help me. I want protection for my wife and daughter.
I can't help you until I know your intel is good.
And I cannot help you until I know that my family is safe. My wife and daughter, they still live amongst my house, and amongst the Imperials. If I tell you what I know, they will suffer for that betrayal. I won't allow this. So until my family is safe, I can tell you nothing.
Lead me to Gearbox and I'll do whatever you want.
If I tell you where he is now, you could simply deal with him and leave, gaining me nothing. Perhaps a compromise. I tell you part of what I know to prove the veracity of my claims. If you find that my intelligence is accurate, you help my family. After which, I will tell you exactly how to locate Gearbox.
Let's hear this intel of yours.
Among other projects, Gearbox has helped construct a hidden, highly sophisticated missile battery capable of eradicating any Organa force that approaches Thule territory. Destroying this missile battery would greatly benefit your Organa allies and prove how accurate my information is. All you need do for the rest is protect my wife and daughter.
We'll talk after I'm done checking your intel. If you're telling the truth, then I'll protect your family.
Then you will have what you seek. Farewell.
Thank you, and thank you for the vast amount of experience. Look at that experience. That is insane. Okay, so that is very, very nice to see. And now I guess we'll just be taking more commendations and advancing to level 33, thanks to this incredible experience boost. And I do believe Master Twi'lek guy gave us some information that is in regard to the experience bonus, and that apparently runs out on the 2nd of December, not the 1st, but it technically is the midnight time of the 1st, so it's on the changeover of the days, which is really unfortunate, I have to admit. I would have loved to have continued to have that for a little bit longer, but so be it. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, does it not? Yes, it appears I might have to do the hamstring ability. I don't really want to do that, but maybe that would be a good idea, although then you just think about the damage reduction as well that we could get. I mean, 1% damage reduction, is that actually any good in comparison to slowing the target by 50%? That's a pretty large amount. Let's do that. Okay, it's probably going to be a waste, but I can always respec if I do not appreciate that particular skill, so that will be fine. Skill points committed on that, and now we can move outside and speak to Captain Cormac.
I gotta say, Lieutenant, you're something else. Until you showed up, Marcus had barely spouted 20 words at us. Don't know about this business with Marcus's wife and daughter, though. The boys upstairs may not approve of cutting deals with this guy.
Your superior's opinions have no impact on my mission.
Okay, sure. But these guys can make life very hard. Believe me. Just figured I'd warn you now. So what about Marcus's story? All of this missile launcher business. You think he's telling the truth?
I don't think he's lying to us.
Me neither, actually. I generally don't trust Thules as a rule, of course. But I get the feeling this guy's too good for lying. Well, good luck out there, friend. Who knows? Maybe you'll find some clues about this gearbox guy. I'll keep an eye on Marcus while you're gone.
Thank you very much, Captain Cormac. Now, we must make sure that we destroy these missile batteries within good time, because I don't know about you, but I actually dislike, shall we say, I actually dislike Gearbox a little bit more than the rest of the, well, shall we say, Havoc Squad troops. Apart from, of course, Wraith. Wraith did grind my gears rather considerably, and I would like to get even with her, that is for sure, but Gearbox was the first fellow that we met, and the first fellow that Zanval's eyes laid themselves upon, or at least the things that he considers eyes, because he is Mirialan, or similar pronunciation, and I feel as though the betrayal from Gearbox was much greater than, well, shall we say, much greater than the rest of them, because they did not really interact with us that much. Wraith did actually interact with us quite a bit, but other than that, not really. And, oh, actually, what do we have here? Zanval, you're being rather quiet just recording? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, hee. Let's do that. And, oh wow, okay, it appears we need to head into the Alsakan lowlands for the hidden weapons. So, what I will do is I will travel my way over there, and I will be ending this episode off here. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Let me help you. clear successor that I can see, Senator. The eldest Ald leader, Duke Organa, maybe.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route.
Let's proceed. Ready? This will help.
Vehicle medical pads are currently open for business.
Let's proceed. Hold still.